Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Sauce. College Basketball Wednesday. I think I got 4 games lined up for this video. We'll go through like 9 or 10 on the live show tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Let's go.
Welcome to the Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
First up, we're starting out in the ACC. We got Miami on the road at Clemson. Clemson laying 7.5 points in the total sitting at 151. Betting trends on the Miami side. Canes are 4-3-1 against the spread as underdogs this year. 6-5-2 against the spread in conference play. 2-3-1 against the spread as road dogs. On the Clemson side, Clemson's 5-6 against the spread at home this year. 7-10 against the spread as favorites. 6-7 against the spread with 2 or 3 days rest. So we'll start by looking at some recent production. Overall net efficiency numbers in the last 10 games. Clemson is 154th. Miami back at 266th. And if you look at strength of schedule, Clemson's even played a stronger schedule. They're 49th compared to 85th. For Miami. Clemson is 5-5 of those games. In those games, Miami is 4-6. Matchup between Miami's offense and Clemson's defense in the last 10 games. Definitely advantage for Clemson on this side of the court. Efficient field goal percentage 243 to 142. And remember, Clemson's played a stronger schedule as well. Makes it even more of an advantage. Clemson also has the serious rebounding edge here too. We can pull up shot charts here, and you can see Clemson actually has been struggling to guard jump shooters, specifically the above the break 3 and the long mid-range shot. 227th and 204th in defensive efficiency against those zones. And Miami takes a lot of shots from those zones, but they're just not hitting them. Miami's field goal percentage from those two zones in the last 10, 297th, 269th. But maybe against a Clemson's defense that struggles to defend those two zones, maybe the shots will start falling for Miami. Who knows? On the other side of the court, we got Clemson's offense against Miami's defense. Kind of a wash on this side. I mean, I guess I give the slight edge to Clemson, but pretty even here. Efficient field goal percentage, neither of these units are very good. Miami does have the rebounding advantage, though, so Clemson might not get many second chance opportunities. Turnover edge goes to Clemson. Here's where it gets a little concerning if you're considering taking the points with Miami. Their numbers protecting the basket. Just 24th in frequency, so they've been good about limiting opportunities at the rim, but 355th in defensive efficiency at the rim in the last 10. And Clemson's an offense that attacks the basket at a pretty high rate, 101st in frequency, 70th in efficiency too. So they're pretty efficient scoring down there. That's the mismatch. If you're betting Clemson, you're looking at that. They should get buckets at the rim. If you're betting Miami, you're looking at those jump shots. Are they going to fall or not? They haven't been falling for Miami, but Clemson struggled to defend jump shooters. So I'm going to take the points. I know it's a little risky. Miami's so bad, but I don't see Clemson as a team we should be laying 7.5, 8 points with. So give me Miami plus 7.5, maybe Miami plus 8 if I can get it next game. Big East up next. Xavier on the road at Seton Hall. I personally can't bet this game because it's in New Jersey. Seton Hall laying 1 point in the total, sitting at 144.5. Betting trends on the Xavier side. 4-2 against the spread as road dogs this year. 6-4 against the spread coming off a loss. 10-7 against the spread with 2 or 3 days off. Trends on the Seton Hall side. 4-1 against the spread with the rest disadvantage. They played on Sunday. Xavier played on Saturday, so they're at the rest disadvantage, but they've covered in these spots. Just 6-7 against the spread at home this year. 2-6 against the spread coming off a loss, Seton Hall. If we look at the recent schedule for both these teams, Xavier 3-2 in their last 5. Seton Hall just 2-3 in their last 5. And actually, Xavier's played a stronger schedule, 100th to 166th. You got Seton Hall coming off a blowout loss to Villanova. They lost by 26 points. Now, when we take a deeper look and start to match these units up, I actually like the matchup here for Seton Hall. You can see efficient field goal percentage, huge advantage in the last 5 for the Pirates, 125th to 296th. Rebounding's dead even. Turnover edge goes to Xavier, so Seton Hall probably won't create many turnovers, but overall, efficient field goal percentage is the most important category, and there's a huge edge here. Also, we have to mention that this Xavier team just can't shoot on the road. They're shooting just 41.4% on the road this season. That's 298th in the country. True shooting percentage, 300th. So they've been terrible offensively on the road. And the matchup gets even worse for Xavier here. One of the spots they like to take a lot of their shots from, the long mid-range shot. They're 71st in frequency, 75th in efficiency, so they're pretty efficient scoring from there. Seton Hall's got good defensive numbers against the long mid-range shot, 129th and 100th. Now, when we flip it over to the other side of the court, we've got Seton Hall's offense against Xavier's defense. I guess you got to give the edge to Xavier here defensively. Efficient field goal percentage, 222 to 310. Seton Hall does have a significant rebounding edge, but turnovers are a problem for Seton Hall. They're really struggling to protect the basketball, so I'm sure Xavier is going to create some extra possessions. As far as betting this game, though, yeah, I do expect Xavier to give Seton Hall's offense some problems. I'm sure they'll make some stops. I'm sure they'll create some turnovers. But overall, I just can't trust that offense on the road. Now, I can't, like I said, I can't personally bet this game, but I'd go Seton Hall -1 here. Next game. Big Ten up next. We got Iowa on the road at Maryland. Terps are laying 4.5 points at home. The total sitting at 143.5. Betting trends on the Iowa side, they don't look great. 9-15 against the spread this season. Just 3-5 against the spread on the road. 4-10 against the spread with 2 or 3 days off. Good news for the Hawkeyes, though. Maryland's trends look pretty bad themselves. 9-15 against the spread this season. 5-6 against the spread as home favorites. 2-6 against the spread with the rest advantage. Recent schedule for these two teams, I mean, nothing really here. Iowa's 3-2 in their last 5. Maryland's 2-3, but Maryland's played a slightly stronger schedule, 83rd to 117th for Iowa. We'll start with the matchup between Iowa's offense and Maryland's defense here. Edge definitely goes to the Terps on this side of the court. The Maryland defense has actually been pretty good. They're 44th in efficient field goal percentage in the last 5 compared to 118 for Iowa. Rebounding kind of a wash. Turnovers also slightly to Maryland. It's not a crazy advantage with these numbers here, but keep in mind these are the last 5 games and Maryland's played a slightly stronger schedule, so I'd give the edge to Maryland's defense. One positive shot zone you can point at for Iowa, though, they take a lot of those short mid-range shots, the paint shots. They're 74th in frequency, 105th in efficiency from that zone. Happens to be one of the weaker spots for Maryland, 203rd and 264th. On the other side of the court, we got the Terps offense against Iowa's defense. This side, I mean, this is just the battle of two really, let's put it delicately, two really struggling units. Look at the efficient field goal percentage here, 302nd and 340th. Wow. Maryland does have the significant rebounding edge here, so I'm sure they should get plenty of second chance opportunities. But, I mean, what good are second chance opportunities if you're not making any shots? Yeah, so I guess I'll give the slight edge to Maryland based on these numbers, but wow. And if we take a look at some shot zones, I guess we can point at the above the break threes. Maryland, 176th in frequency, 154th in efficiency. Nothing crazy, but they are capable of making those shots. Iowa defensive efficiency against the above the break three, 355th. As far as betting this game, I know some of those defensive numbers for Iowa are scary, but I don't think Maryland's offense is any good, and I can't bet them to win by any sort of margin. So feels like a Big Ten West football game. Just take the dog because this should be a low-scoring, close game. Let's say Iowa plus 4.5 and the under at 143.5. I might build some kind of same game parlay and tease both those. Iowa to keep it close, under 143.5. Next game. SEC, Tennessee on the road at Arkansas. Hogs are catching 9 points at home. The total sitting at 150. Betting trends on the Tennessee side. Some of these look pretty bad. 2-5 against the spread on the road this year. That's kind of ugly. 1-4 against the spread as road favorites. 5-5 against the spread in conference play. But the trends on the Arkansas side are just as concerning. 2-2 against the spread as home dogs. 3-8 against the spread overall as an underdog. 2-8 against the spread in SEC play. Wow. If we take a look at the recent schedule for these two games, I mean, shocker, Tennessee's resume is more impressive. Who would have guessed that? They're 7-3 in their last 10 with the 18th strongest schedule. Definitely impressive. Arkansas 3-7 against the spread. They are 26 in strength of schedule, but 3-7 is 3-7. We'll start with the matchup between the Tennessee offense and the Arkansas defense. Another shocker, huge edge for Tennessee here. Efficient field goal percentage, 71st to 229th. Huge rebounding edge, huge turnover edge. If you're looking for an angle for Arkansas, you can point at those short mid-range shots. Tennessee takes a lot of them. They're 98th in frequency. They're good at making them too. They're 63rd. Arkansas has defended that zone really well, 29th in defensive efficiency against those shots. Look, that's pretty thin, but if you're looking for a reason to take the 9 points, I'm just giving you some ammo here. On the other side of the court, we got the Hogs offense against the Vols defense, and yeah, you guessed it, edge goes to Tennessee again. Look at efficient field goal percentage for Arkansas's offense, 342nd, ew. Tennessee 50th. Tennessee, not a great defensive rebounding team, but look how bad Arkansas is on the offensive glass. They're not even present, 317th. Yeah, another edge for Tennessee. I'm going to pull up the shot charts here. I'm having some trouble trying to find the areas where Arkansas is going to score. I mean, I know this game's on the road, but defense travels, as they say. Yeah, this should be tough sledding for Arkansas's offense. As far as betting this game, look, I know Tennessee has been terrible as a road favorite, 1-4 against the spread. I know trends point to taking Arkansas on the points, but I don't see any reason to try to take the Hogs here on paper. So give me the Vols, Tennessee -9. Like I said earlier, live show 3 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to go through 9 or 10 college basketball games. NBA live show at 4 p.m. Ski's coming on. We're going through 13 NBA games. Going to be a loaded show. So that's tomorrow. If you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. If you want my top bets for all sports parlays of the day, or you want to join our Discord, head over to KyleKirms.com. The information's right there on the homepage. Wednesday night, let's have ourselves a good one. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.